Hi, my name is Mama Iman bin Ahmad. Today I want to talk about the raw material problem. Nowadays is often talked by the public about the state of raw material. Now I want to ask the public about the raw material problem during this MCO. Okay, firstly, I want to ask to Mrs. Ashikin. Mrs. Ashikin, why raw material goods are so hard to get at MCO time?
For me, in my opinion, the raw materials are so hard to get like chicken because the number of chicken entering the farm has been limited. It is estimated that around 60% of this reduction is due to the lack of confidence among farmers in the market situation, which causes them to suffer losses due to reduced chicken demand. So, at the same time, what I noticed near the supermarket, they have limited for every family can only buy 2 chicken. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Mrs. Ashikin. Next, I want to ask to Mrs. Najwa. Mrs. Najwa, what do you think about the fall in raw material price during this COVID-19 pandemic?
In my opinion, the fall in the price of raw materials has around in a large scale increase in the supermarkets, and therefore it has been sold at a cheaper price. Besides, what I see before that, there are also some related to the fact that the supply of raw materials can be increased when the cost become lower.
Okay, thank you Mrs. Najwa. Next, I want to ask to Mr. Hilman. Mr. Hilman, why the quantity of item decrease during this MCO?
This is my opinion of the issue you have posed. People started to be afraid of the Movement Control Order or MCO, and they all felt he could not survive, and they were afraid of a lack of product in the brand house. As such, the government has restricted the quantity of product and set quota for buyers to purchase goods. For example, Vietnam does not export rice to our nation in order to ensure a sufficient supply of rice in its own country and minimize the quantity of rice purchased. This action has its pros and cons. The good thing is that all goods are not out of supply and anyone can afford the requisite good, and the disadvantaged vendor may take advantage of selling goods which have been decreased in quantity at a high price. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Mr. Hilman. Last but not least, I want to ask to Mrs. Iza. In general, what is the effect on demand during moving control order MCO in further affecting Malaysian import and export activities? What do you think? And what the effect on the demand during this MCO, Mrs. Iza?
COVID-19 has an impact on the people's economy today, including a decrease in export demand, namely crude oil prices falling due to the virus, compared to import, which is still in demand but not as before. Among the imported goods is meat, which is still in demand in
Thank you
Malaysia.
very much to you all. In conclusion, I get when supply and demand change At the same time, the effect on the price and quantity of the equilibrium is determined by the relative size and direction of the change and of the shape of the model of the supply and demand.